Hello and welcome to Profiles in Risk. This is your host, Tony Cañas, and today I have with me Wes Becknell, VP of Marketing at Rocklake Insurance Group. Wes, thank you for joining me today. How's it going?
Doing well. Thank you very much for the opportunity to be here with you. I'm excited.
Awesome. I was telling Wes before we started recording that I just got back from vacation. So I was in Greece for the last week, got back 10:30 p.m. last night and fell asleep like a baby, and then woke up at 3 a.m. but was not able to fall back asleep. So if I'm a little loopy today, it's because I am seriously jet lagged. And we are recording on Monday, June 20th. And you are in Oklahoma City. I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. And we're in the middle of a heat wave. I think it passed your way, and it's now kind of where I am. Were you guys at like 100 degrees last week?
It was warm. I was actually traveling most of last week. I was in Chicago visiting clients, and it was really, really hot in Chicago. My wife said it was hot here as well. So not a lot of outdoor activities going on unless it involves a pool, but it has been a warm start to summer.
Okay, I'm at 91 today, and the highs last couple of days are in the hundreds. Love working from home, not having to go anywhere if I don't want to. Awesome. So Wes, we always give the chance for the guests to give kind of the elevator pitch. What is Rocklake?
Well, we're an online trucking MGA. That's the bare bones of who we are. Is what we do. We don't take traditional apps. We don't, do the Accord form and wait 30 days. We have an online rating platform. You get in there, you get a rate, you can bind it instantaneously and have a policy back in hand within 20 to 30 minutes. So the days of submitting, waiting, checking, and doing it again, all over again, hoping to get a rate is over with us. You're able to use our platform and bind it within minutes. Same way the endorsements, our endorsements can be done within 5 minutes, and you have the endorsement in hand, ready to go. And then you have to think about 30 days later, hey, what did we do? What did we add? How much do we need to collect? It's right then and there. It makes it really simple.
Okay. So I've never worked in a brokerage, but I have been a commercial underwriter. I used to be a middle market underwriter with Liberty. Accord forms, slow endorsement process, and that was not in the trucking space. So my limited understanding of the trucking side is that it's even more conservative than the rest of commercial insurance, and also if I understand correctly, there have been capacity issues last few years. Mm-hmm. Right. So what did trucking insurance look like before Rocklake?
Well, I mean, truthfully, it was what you just described. It was creating an Accord form, sending to some kind of wholesaler and waiting to get a quote. Now, our sweet spot is really that APD, so auto physical damage, motor truck cargo, OCAC, and non-trucking liability. That's where we play the absolute best, where you can just burn and turn, get rates, and move on. We work, we work with a group of people who are really good at taking information, getting into a system, and then developing a rate that can be bindable. We have 8 to 10 carriers that we work with on both sides of the house for PD and cargo. And the relationship is they can see our data at any moment and see where we stand from a loss perspective, from a submissions perspective, from a bound rate perspective, to kind of understand who we are. And the fact that we're transparent with our data allows us to have really open and meaningful conversations with our carriers, so that we can use that information to grow.
Okay, so 18 carriers, and all of them are
8 to 10. Eight to 10 carriers in total. Yeah, on each side.
Perfect.
Eight or 9 on the PD side, 8 or 9 on or 10, 9 or 10 on the the carrier side. Yeah, 8 to 10. I'm sorry, my East Texas accent gets in the way.
Okay. I'm probably the whole my brain being tired piece. Okay, so all the 8 to 10 carriers are immediate quote to bind, or
Mhm.
oh
Mhm.
wow,
Yeah.
that is a lot for this
Yeah.
line of business.
Yes, it is. So we've been doing this for a while. So if you actually went to our site, our rating sites are like fizdam.com, cargoliability.com, ocac.com. So we've been doing this for a long time. So it's not something that we just started doing a year or two ago and decided that, this would be a good market segment to jump into and try to figure out. Now, we've been doing it a long time, and we're continually trying to improve our processes that we can make this even easier for the agent to get in there and get a rate and get it bound and move on. At the end of the day, it's about speed and efficiency. We create these efficiencies so they can spend more time selling, which means they can make more money. At the end of the day, that's why agents are agents. I mean, it's to make a difference in their communities. It's to help insure risks and mitigate loss. And it's also to make, I mean, at the end of the day, it's why we do what we do, is to make some money too. So we want to help them make as much money as possible as well.
Okay. Do you require a certain amount of trucking business to be able to sign up as an agent, or
We really play it by feel. I mean, so we have, there's two sales guys and myself. We have one in Philly, one in Phoenix, and then I handle the middle of the country. And we really just have conversation with the agent and figure out, hey, can you produce like you say you can produce? Are you leaving an agency where you did trucking and now you're starting your own, where you don't have a book and you can grow it? We'll take a flyer with those kind of agents. It's just tell me a story and make it make sense, and let's figure out a way for growth. Now, conversely, if we sign you up in 6 months and nothing happens, we have a different conversation. So but that's the nature of the game, right?
okay, okay. What kind of agencies tend to be the most successful with you guys?
The ones that produce the most are ones that truly just focus on trucking. There are quite a few across the country. That's all they do. And those agencies seem to have the most success. They get what we're doing and they understand the processes we're putting in place to make their lives a little more, streamlined. And through that, we are able to get in there and create those efficiencies and just make it easy to get a quote and or a bindable rate and move on. A great success story. We went to an agency that we've been appointed with, really hadn't had a lot of success, but that's all they do is trucking. And we went to their office and did a training session. We sat down with them right then and there, and we went through the rating site, showed them the pitfalls, where the hangups were. And before we left, we bound an account before we walked out the door. And it was a great feeling to see the light bulb come on when we're talking to those agents and go, okay, now I understand what you're saying. So a lot of it's just getting out there and educating agents on our system and how we do it.
Today's episode is sponsored by Talage. For someone who has sold insurance, nothing is more tedious than quoting small commercial policies. And frankly, for many agents, selling small commercial policies is difficult and unprofitable. But then we found Talage, sponsor of the Insurance Nerds podcast. They are an API-based digital distribution platform that's changing commercial insurance. With Talage, you can quote multiple top-rated carriers in less than 10 minutes and get instant quotes. Talage makes commercial insurance quoting the easiest part of the job. If you want to make commercial quoting the easiest part of your day, then check out talageins.com/insnerds for more info. That's talageins.com/insnerds for easy commercial quoting. And if you sign up using talageins.com/insnerds, they'll waive the setup fee. Tell them Tony sent you. Now, back to our show.
Okay. I looking at your LinkedIn, I see that you've had a very interesting career.
Yeah.
So agent,
Mm-hmm.
but then you spent a good amount of time at the executive levels on the carrier side.
I've been on the carrier side for a while now. Yeah. So I started off as an agent in South Texas. It was a very interesting experience. It wasn't something I was built for, to be honest with you. I enjoyed it, but it wasn't something I could see doing the rest of my life. I actually really enjoy what I'm doing now. And I've had the opportunity to work on the premium finance side, a regional carrier, a national carrier, now on the MGA. So I kind of feel like I've covered every base when it comes to insurance, except for the large stuff like risk retention groups and captives. I haven't spent as much time in doing those, but no, I've been lucky enough to be in this business and experience a lot of different avenues within it.
So I'm really curious. Once you had a VP level role at a carrier,
Mhm.
and especially the last role, which was an underwriting role, at that point, that's a comfortable role. Uh, at that point, why leave to go join an MGA?
Well, I'm an eternal tinkerer. I love to build stuff. And so I am one who I like the challenge. I like the idea of trying to take something from where it is and make it bigger. So anywhere I've been, I feel like I've helped do that. I've helped take it from, wherever it was to a spot where it was better by growing it. Where I was, we were in a transition period. Just there are a lot, and since then they've actually sold to another company. So I guess that my gut was telling me the right thing, that there were some things going on internally that I wasn't privy to. But I was introduced to this company here at Rocklake from a mutual friend, and he said, you need to really go talk to him. And so we went and talked to him, and it fit. All of it fit. Their culture was exactly what I was looking for. And they said, how do you want to build this? Like, how do you want to build out your team? And so I was able to come and build a team around myself. I mean, I shouldn't say around myself. We're a team. We all work really well together, and we all have the same end game in mind, where we're trying to go and how we're trying to grow. And so that really appealed to me, to come here and kind of help take it from where we were and where we're going. And the trajectory we're on is a very exciting trajectory, especially in this space where fuel prices are continually going up. There's a shortage of drivers. We're finding unique ways to help agents so they can help their insureds. One of them is through one of our proprietary sites called mcss.net, stands for Motor Carrier Snapshot. And it allows the agent to understand who their insured is from a holistic standpoint. By entering a DOT number and pushing search, they can find out what they need to know about that insured, where they've been inspected, what states and how far away have they been inspected from their domiciled location? Have there been any accidents? Have those accidents resulted in fatalities or any towaways? So the idea of taking all this and trying to help a team grow it was very exciting.
Gotcha. Anything coming down the pipe? Any changes or improvements or that you can speak about?
Yeah, so the site I just talked about, mcss.net, we're actually in the beta testing site of the new version of MCSS. And that site will allow agents to even have more access to more information. And it will also provide a lead generation source for them. So there's going to be ways for them to get free leads within our system. That we're beta testing right now. It's in the sandbox. We've been showing a couple agents kind of what it looks like and how it's going to work. And so far, we're getting good feedback. Really, we're telling them to, hey, try to break it. Try to break the system so that when it does roll out, it's ready to go. There won't be any waiting. There won't be any, let's revise it, pull it back down. We're going to be ready to go. And I'll give a lot of credit to our senior level staff. They are very proactive about this. They saw the need for it. They came up with a plan, and they've implemented it. Along with that, we're rolling out a new rating site. Currently, you have to go to FISDAM.com, autoliability.com, OCAC.com, cargoliability.com to get a quote for any one of those lines. Our new one will actually be one site, and you'll just click a radial button, and it'll say, I want to quote AL, I want to quote PD, I want to quote cargo, and then it'll pre-fill everything for you. You'll be able to take the DOT number, push a search function, it will pre-fill the first screen completely for you with all the information from behind the scenes that we're already pulling. And so we're going to streamline the process even more. And when we get that there, we're hoping it's ready, sometime in the first part of 23, and then we'll roll that out to our agents to use as well.
Fantastic. So a huge step forward from filling out a court forms and waiting weeks for an answer.
Yeah, it's great. One of the things we talk a lot about with our agents when we're in their office is our compare feature. You can actually take 3 of the rates, whether you get a rate or not. I mean, it could be a decline. You can still pull that rate up and compare them right next to each other. So it creates a PDF, and you can actually send it to your insured and say, here's 3, if you got 3 rates on the side, which is about normally 3 to 6 is where you're going to fall on the number of rates that will be released. And you can take that and compare up to 3 of them at one time, send them to your insurer and go, which one do you want? Which one looks best for you? Here, as an insurance professional, here's my recommendation based on the needs that you shared with me. But I would suggest you look at this, see if it makes sense, and let's have a conversation around that. And you can actually email it to them while you're doing it. You can just pull it out, send it to them, and be on the phone with them and compare 3 at a time. And that way they get an idea of what they really need. And then they get to, at the end of the day, they're the decision maker. They make the final decision on where their insurance is going to be placed. You're a resource in helping them do that.
Makes sense. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much for your time. Very interesting to learn about this side of the industry, and look forward to see how you guys keep moving the ball forward for the trucking side.
Thank you very much. I appreciate your time, and I appreciate the opportunity to be on the podcast.
Thank you.
Yep.